This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth.
Well, on Thursdays, CoastLife, we do our Spill the Tea segment. If you've never joined us for this before, it's where we spill a little bit of drama, we read through it together, we get your opinion, we get our opinions, and we try to come up with a solution for the folks that have written in. We also serve some tea while we do it. And if this is your first time joining us, you don't understand why this is such a big deal. But for the first time in CoastLife history, I have remembered to brew an iced tea. She did it. Yeah.
She managed to remember it, and we're thrilled. We've been talking about it for months.
Because it's hot, and every tea we read, we're like, this would make a delightful iced tea. And every time, every Thursday, I'm like, dang it, because iced tea just takes a little more time to brew.
Instead, it's 98 degrees out, and we're like, this very hot tea here.
So I have brewed us a refreshing Hawaiian blue tea. So Charlie, tell us a little bit more about this tea and what we're drinking.
Now that we have this Hawaiian blue tea, Blue Hawaiian green tea to be specific.
That's what I said.
It says, escape to an ocean blue paradise with sips of sweet pineapple, creamy coconut, and vanilla, harmoniously balanced with the fresh undertones of green tea and the enchanting color-changing magic of butterfly pea flower.
That's what gives it that pretty blue color. So that's the tea that we will be drinking. Charlie, go ahead and pour while I spill the drama tea that we are talking through. Are they wrong for choosing a staycation over a family vacation? We know that these vacations, they get dramatic. After a busy year, this couple just wanted to rest at home during their time off, but their family had other plans. And now they're being called selfish for skipping the group trip. What do you think? Should they have joined the family getaway, or was a staycation totally fair? Now, we don't have details necessarily of how many people are going, where they're going exactly for this trip, but I think the sentiment remains, do you feel bad when you skip a family trip?
I mean, you always feel bad when you don't get to spend time with your family, but also there are a million other things in consideration here. How much something's going to cost you to do, how much PTO time you generally get, how much time you've been able to spend with your significant other. Do you guys just need some time to reconnect yourselves? And maybe that's the most important thing. Or here's one that's going to be controversial. Maybe you just don't want to go this year. That's okay too.
All true things. And I think family is where this sort of situation gets its diciest, because I feel like there is this sentiment with family specifically that you owe each other your presence just because you're blood. And I get it. But at the same time, I do think family needs to get better at respecting people's boundaries when it comes to things like this, where if you just need a break, I mean, life goes a million miles an hour, and sometimes you need to just chill. And I know sometimes people's counter argument is, well, you can chill while we're on vacation.
Can you?
Not if it's a family trip.
It's not always necessarily relaxing to be with family. It fills up your cup in a way, but it's not necessarily relaxing.
But it's not always the most relaxing trip you'll ever experience. A lot of times you have an itinerary, you've got things planned, you're going all over the place, and if what you want is rest, and especially if you're on a trip and what you want is rest, people will boo you for not wanting to go on the tours either.
Or wanting to, they want to get up early, you want to sleep in, or vice versa, or they want to go left, you want to go right. There's a million things that go into this. Also, family expectations are different for everybody. Like my family, my immediate family, we grew up moving all around the country. So we were always kind of having to do our own thing. And my parents, while they would love to see us more, understand now as we are all spread out around the country, sometimes it doesn't work out, you know, and so it can be different depending on the expectations that have always been set by the family you're a part of.
That's very true. So I think that this writer doesn't need to feel bad about it. I know that you'll always feel a little guilty in that guilt trip, I think, but I don't think you have to feel like a terrible person.
And maybe doubly so depending on how thick mom lays on that guilt trip.
Exactly. And I do think that their family needs to back off a little and just respect their decision to sit this one out, because there's always next year.
And, you know, we use this word a lot on this show. Communication. Sometimes that matters, because a lot of times your family will understand if you have the right dialogue about it. Hey, guys, it's going to be a little too expensive for us this year. We can't really pull it off. Or, hey, gang, we need some time to connect. I know we were planning to do this, but we need this for us. Most people should understand that. Not everybody will, but most people should.
Yes. We do always turn the conversation over to you on socials. I know Donald has already chimed in saying, you know, hey, sometimes you just need to chill, and that's okay. So he's team writers as well. So don't forget that you can chime in. Charlie, let's try this iced tea. Let's see how refreshing it is. The cup is so cold.
Oh, I got to tell you, on a day when it's hot outside, that's a much nicer, you're not boiling already when you take a sip.
Yeah, and if you haven't checked out the tea bar at the Spice and Tea Exchange, that's a new feature that they have. So you can go in and buy a refreshing cup of iced tea, and then you can shop around the store a little bit.
The vanilla in there comes through really
real sneaky,
nicely.
but real smooth.
Like you get it a little bit at first, and then it kind of builds a little bit in the aftertaste in a way that you're just going to love.
So some of these are limited edition flavors, so make sure you get into the Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. Ask them about the Blue Hawaiian Green Tea, and they will hook you up and tell them it's all on CoastLife. But we have to take a quick break. When we get back, though, we're going to be talking about summer camp things that you can do at home.